Hi folks, my perspective here. I want you to imagine that you're in a court of law, right? You have two people in front of you giving opposing stories. Each one says, I'm telling the truth, the other person is lying. And someone's life is at stake. What if it was your life, that every single juror, their life was at stake? So it'd be important that they determine who's lying and who's telling the truth. If you go back to the Garden of Eden, right? Satan called God a liar, right? And God called Satan a liar. So whether you believe the account or not is not important. It's the implication is what is important. Is life dependent on it? So Satan said to Eve, no, you won't die. God said, you will die. Wouldn't you think that if your life was involved, you'd at least pay some extra attention? You'd pay at least more than the usual attention and check the facts before you go ahead and do something. Because afterwards, when God said to Eve, what have you done? She said, oh, well, the serpent, it deceived me. It was too late. Right. That's the issue. So, for me personally, there's a simple way to determine the truth and a lie. Truth, the information fits in nice. It's like a puzzle. Even if pieces are missing, you can still see what's going on. And if you change your angle and you change your perspective, you put yourself in the other person's shoes, it doesn't change. A lie is not like that. The lies change. It's layered. It's like an onion. Right? It changes while they're giving the account, information changes, right? It's layered. Some things in the back, some things in the foreground, and a lot of effort goes into making it look real. Right? And you can see, well, something's wrong. And when you compare it to the truth, the person is telling the truth, you can see, well, it becomes clear afterwards who's lying and who's telling the truth. You have to put yourself in each person's position. The truth becomes stronger and the lies become more apparent. And then you can determine, okay, who's the charlatan? Now, what if a person says, I went to China, but I can't remember if I saw any Chinese? That sounds weird. When the astronauts were on the way to the moon, right? When they came back, Buzz said that he navigated to the moon using the stars. Collins said he couldn't remember if he saw any stars. Really? There's a Milky Way galaxy that's massive out there. And you say, well, I can't remember I saw it. The issue is also, why did Buzz need to navigate? Because NASA's own account is that the gravity of the Earth and the moon pulled the rocket towards itself, and to come back, the Earth pulled the rocket towards itself. The fact that the sun's gravity is stronger than both, and the sun didn't pull the rocket towards the sun, well, who knows? If you're inside this rocket, how can you be floating inside? If the moon is pulling you, you'd be pulled to the front of the rocket. If the Earth's pulling you, you'd be pulled to the front. You can't be floating inside this rocket if the rocket is under the influence of the Earth's gravity or the moon's gravity. The stuff they're telling you simply doesn't add up. It's like a puzzle with different pieces, big, layered, and the story changes. So why am I bringing it up? Well, in my last video clip on regarding the towers at Lake Pontchartrain, some folks said I was lying and I was misleading people because the issue is they'd zoomed in to the horizon. I said to them, that doesn't help your argument. It actually makes the Earth smaller, not bigger. Because if you zoomed in, you've got to zoom back. And if you zoom back and you can see the ball in front of you, turn your head to the left, the ball can't stay in front of you. And if you can see the ball there, the curve there, you'd have to see the entire Earth. zooming into the horizon and filming it doesn't help your argument. It just makes you look more like a liar. Right?
Hey, lies, lies. I can't believe a word you say.
So your ability to reason and think can help you. So this person, Horatio, right, he said that the Earth's a spinning ball because he took a non-stop flight from Sydney to Johannesburg in South Africa. So from Australia, so he said he left Sydney in the morning and landed in Johannesburg in the afternoon. Well, how's that possible? Because Australia, if it's in the morning, the Earth's turning, and it's a 12-hour flight. You can only land at night time if he lands in Australia. You can't land in South Africa in the evening. You have to land in South Africa in the morning. Unless you landed back in Australia and you made a mistake. You got South Africa and Australia confused. And here's the thing, is he's saying that the flight path goes past the South Pole. If you took a time lapse of that, you'd actually see the Earth turning in your time lapse. Because your arc is moving from smaller to greater. Right? So it's a matter of time. This story just simply doesn't add up. So that tells me he's lying. Or the Earth's not a spinning ball and he's confused. So think about it. If you were filming that, and we're going to look at some footage, time lapse, then he says, right, you could see the horizon from the plane window. Well, something's wrong. If you can see the horizon in front of you, right, the person sitting on the other side of the plane, the opposite side to you, who can see nothing but looking into space, and the pilot, well, where's he going? And a person on the ground looking up at the plane, your plane's flying at an angle. That stuff just doesn't make sense. Right?
Hey, lies, lies. I can't believe a word you say. Lies, lies. I'm gonna make you sad someday. Someday you're gonna be lonely, but you won't let me around.
So think if a person leaves Australia in the morning, right? South Africa is 12 o'clock, right? And it's a quarter way around the Earth. The person going back to Australia would have to fly all the way around, right, the entire Earth. The person going easterly would have to fly all the way around. The person flying westerly, right, well, his aeroplane would have to stand still. So even if you're saying, well, the aeroplane is getting sucked along with the Earth, that simply doesn't add up. The information is faulty. So your count is faulty, so you're lying. So, you know, if I stood in a court of law and I brought an elephant into the court of law and said to you, if you can see the back of the elephant, then you can see the whole elephant. It's the same. When a person says, I could see the curve of the Earth out my plane window, it's just plain stupid. What about return flights are always in the opposite direction, even to the other side of the world? And think about it. When you buy a ticket and you say, look, I want a window seat because I want to see the Earth, right? Well, if you're saying you can see the curve of the Earth out the window, it means they'll have to tell you, listen, then you got to, if the plane's going easterly, you'll have to sit on the left-hand side of the plane, and on the opposite side on the return flight, right? Because you believe the Earth's a spinning ball. Well, flat earthers just sit anywhere and they look down and the Earth's underneath them. It's not the same if the Earth's a spinning ball. It's stupid to say you could see the curve of the earth out your plane window. That's stupid. So return flights, right? If I fly from South Africa to New Zealand and the earth's rotating easterly, then I would want to head westerly, because Australia will be moving towards me, and the return flight I'd fly the opposite direction. Yet aeroplanes do not do this. They always just fly the opposite direction that they went in the first place. So by analyzing the information, thinking about it logically, that's the only way you can determine who's lying and who's telling the truth. Right? Who's concocting a big story? And facts will speak for themselves. And that responsibility is on your shoulders, because it's your life, not mine. Right? So do you see the elephant in the room? Right? When people take panoramas from aeroplanes, think about it. How is it possible? It's not possible if the earth's a ball. Right? So someone's having a party at your expense. Right. Do you see the elephant in the room? You're paying attention? Flat water, flat bridge. Right, and Chicken Little was right. There's a dome over the earth. Right. And they're showing you these things. And you see the drunk person because he's drunk on the spiritistic teachings of Babylon the Great. Right. You need to think and reason. Right. How is it possible to take a panorama from an aeroplane window if the earth's a ball? Because the curve will be curving downwards. The horizon will be curving down and not 360 around you. It's as simple as that. It's so simple to understand. The curve would be curving down and not around. The opposite angle to what you think it is. Do you understand that? Think about it.
Hey, lies, lies. I can't believe a word you say. Lies, lies. I'm gonna make you sad someday.
Right, here's footage taken from an aeroplane. The pilot, when he turns, look at the horizon. How is this possible if he's on a ball? It's not, because he's turned 90 degrees. Right? It's as simple as that. If the pilot sees the curved earth in front of him, he'll fly towards the earth, and not over the earth. His momentum would be up. If the plane turned 90 degrees to his right, the ball then would move to his left. He cannot see the earth in front of him. Did you understand that simple statement? The motion of the plane then would be upward and not forward. If the pilot's moving and seeing the horizon in front of him, it is stupid. So for me personally, it comes down the same as Eve. We have to choose the Creator, who's the source of truth and life and the real earth. It's between Jehovah and between Satan. What has Satan ever created? He created an illusion. And I choose to live in the real world. I don't want to live in Satan's illusion. I'm imperfect, just like everybody else. And who's Satan's puppets these days? Well, it's the Jesuits. It's these occult Jack Parsons, right? The rocket makers, right? You'll say, well, these are good people. They're all involved in the cult. No, they're not good people. Right? If you think about it, Newton. This statement is quoted often, and in saying that he supported the Creator. No, read what he's saying and think about what he's saying. He didn't say God. This is a powerful being. And who's he looking and searching for? Well, the powerful and intelligent being that he was serving was none other than Satan, because he was involved in the cult, something condemned in the Bible. You see, the magic power of gravity. The story that they tell you itself, just think. The Bible doesn't say that it was an apple, the tree of the knowledge of good and bad. Right? But don't you think it's corny, right, that the apple fell from the tree, right? So why is it an apple? Who knows? It could be that we talk about it's the apple of your eye. Your eye gets opened. The tree of the knowledge of good and bad, Satan said, your eyes will be opened, you'll become the apple of your own eye, and you'll be like God. So it could be that, I don't know. But something's wrong with what they're telling you. Alexander Pope, right? He said, God said, let Newton be, and all was light. Well, when Jesus was on earth, he warned us. He said, I'm the true light of the world. He warned us and said many false prophets would come and claim to be the Christ, claim to be the light of the world. Isaac Newton was involved in sorcery, witchcraft. What prophecy is he talking about here? He talks about lost knowledge. Well, I didn't lose my Bible. Right? I've got my Bible. If you lose your Bible, go and get another one. What lost knowledge do we need from these clowns? They're liars, they're deceivers. So pay attention, because your life depends on it.
Lies, lies, you're telling me that you'll be true. Lies, lies, that's all I ever get from you. Tears, tears, I shed a million tears for you. Tears, tears, and now you're loving someone new. Someday I'm gonna be happy, but I don't know will just now. Lies, lies, breaking my heart. You think that you're such a smart girl, and I'll believe what you say. But who do you think you are, girl, to lead me on this way? Hey, lies, lies, I can't believe a word you say. Lies, lies, are gonna make you sad someday. Someday you're gonna be lonely, but you won't find me around. Lies, lies, breaking my heart. Someday I'm gonna be happy, but I don't know when just now. Lies, lies, breaking my heart. You think that you're such a smart girl, and I'll believe what you say. But who do you think you are, girl, to lead me on this way? Hey, lies, lies, yeah, baby, I can't believe a word you say. Lies, lies, are gonna make you sad someday.